What's up YouTube, Fall Freak here. I'm back with another quest video. Before I start this video, I want to give you guys a heads up to be sure to tune in next Friday, July 3rd, because I'm going to have a little bit of a special video to celebrate the 4th of July, or if that's the day before the 4th of July, but either way, be sure to tune in Friday, July 3rd for a special 4th of July Independence Day type video. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and start with this one. So, like I said, I'm back with another quest video. We did a quest video to warn ever changes in the last one, which is a Fallout 4 quest. So, we're going to be talking about a Fallout New Vegas quest in this one, and that quest is none other than Return to Sender. Before I get started, let me go ahead and pull up my desktop to show you what the icon looks like. So, this is what the Return to Sender icon looks like. So, it looks like an NCR Ranger on a one-way or two-way radio, and yep, that's pretty much what it looks like. Now let me go ahead and get back to my webcam and talk a little bit about Return to Sender. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get to it. So Return to Sender is an NCR side quest and achievement / trophy in Fallout New Vegas. Quick walkthrough, detailed walkthrough. The quest is started by traveling to Camp Forlorn Hope, northeast of Novak and east of the El Dorado Dry Lake, and speaking with Sergeant Reyes in the command center. Reyes normally resides immediately to the left upon entering the command center. Sitting in front of a ham radio, speaking with her, she will request the player character's help with a task, one that she's gotten no help from any of her comrades up to the present. She says that she's been finding numerous inconsistencies in the reports coming in from the various ranger stations scattered around the Mojave wasteland and suspects that someone's been tampering with NCR radio communications. She needs the player character to bring new security codes to the communication officers at each of the ranger stations to confirm her suspicions, triggering the quest. Radio security. There are 6 ranger stations located around the Mojave wasteland, identified from a distance by the tall metal radio towers located within their boundaries as follows. Ranger Station Alpha is located north-northwest of Boulder City and slightly northwest of the Boulder Beach campground. The comm officer is Castillo. Ranger Station Bravo is located east-northeast of Bitter Springs along the north shore of Lake Mead. The comm officer is Tilden. Ranger Station Charlie is located southwest of Novak and east of Harper's Shack. The comm officer is Stepanak. Ranger Station Delta is located slightly north of Camp Forlorn Hope and east of the Cazador Nest. The comm officer is Sheffer. Ranger Station Echo is located northeast of Camp Searchlight and east of the Snyder Prospector Camp. The comm officer is Green. Ranger Station Foxtrot is located east-southeast of Jacobstown and the Remnant's Bunker. The comm officer is Lenk. Note, if a ranger station's comm officer was killed beforehand for any reason, the objective can still be completed by interacting with their ham radio to deliver the code. Note, if Ranger Station Charlie was already wiped out by the Legion during the unmarked quest Andy and Charlie, the objective for it will automatically complete and one will not be required to visit. Find the Saboteur. Upon delivering the codes to each of the comm officers and returning to Reyes, she reveals that some of the new reports received with the upgraded comms are providing some unusual casualties at some of the ranger stations, and wants the player character to speak with the rangers at those stations to confirm the contents of their reports. Unlike the previous objective, this time one only needs to speak to Ranger Passon at Station Delta, Ranger Lineholm at Station Alpha, and Ranger Cudlow at Station Foxtrot. Each of them will confirm that the reports Reyes received were altered after being sent out. Returning to Reyes, the information helps her confirm that the altered reports are coming from the Ranger headquarters at Camp Gulf. each bearing the signature of Chief Hanlon himself and pointing to him as a culprit. She asks the player character to head there and question the chief about the falsified reports. Note: if the marked rangers at the 3 stations are dead, the quest can be continued by looting their bodies for the reports to bring back to Reyes. At Camp Golf, Hanlon is typically found seated on the balcony above the entrance to the house resort during the day. Upon asking him about the intel reports, he says to follow him into the resort as he wants to discuss the matter in a more private setting, and will lead the player character into his office, located on the first floor of the resort, past the front desk and to the left of the vending machines. Once seated inside, Hanlon reveals that he was motivated by a dissatisfaction with the course the Republic is taking during the Mojave campaign, how they are losing just as much young blood in battle against the Legion as they are caps to Mr. House and the casinos of the New Vegas Strip. Once his sabotage began costing Ranger lives as well, Hanlon realized he had gone too far and asks the player character what they intend to do with him now that he's been caught. Making a choice from the below options will influence the ending for Hanlon and the Rangers as follows. Upon choosing to turn him in, Hanlon will send the player character to go get a Ranger to make it official. However, upon stepping out of the office, the door closes and locks, and Hanlon delivers a speech to the station Rangers via the intercom. Once his speech is over, he commits suicide. A nearby Ranger will rush into the room to find the dead chief, his Ranger Sequoia revolver dropped to the floor, still marked as owned, and therefore incurring karma loss to pick up, completing the quest and garnering 500 experience and no reputation. Upon choosing to let Hanlon continue his plan without informing the NCR, he thanks them, remarks that there's nothing more to discuss, and walks off, completing the quest and garnering 500 experience and NCR fame. Upon choosing to attack and kill Hanlon directly, which he warns is a bad idea due to being in the middle of a Ranger base, the Rangers and Hanlon will become hostile. Upon choosing to convince Hanlon to come back to his senses and cease falsifying the reports, he will then agree to stop the sabotage despite other dialogue establishing that he has already done so, completing the quest and garnering 500 experience and NCR fame. Note: this outcome is only possible if Caesar was killed at the fort beforehand. Note: if Hanlon was already killed beforehand, the quest will end upon returning to Reyes, who will say, since Hanlon is dead, we will never really know, garnering 300 caps and 720 experience. So that is a little bit, or a lot of bit, about the Return to Cinder quest from Fallout New Vegas. Hit me up in the comment section below and please let me know what you think about the Return to Cinder quest. It's been a while since I've played Fallout New Vegas, but I think I may have completed it once. I can't really remember. But yeah, I like completing the game with the NCR. But until my next quest video and Fallout Freak channel video in general, you must always remember that war never changes. And just a reminder to be sure to tune in next Friday for a holiday themed or 4th of July themed like video. See you guys then.